Hey everyone, it's me, Jraco, and today we are back with another Survival Series episode. So in today's episode we are going to be doing a couple littler things. So what I wanted to work on was basically just getting some materials and, well, just getting an idea of what to work on, what we're going to need for the future, and what kind of projects we should be, well, what I should be making. So, at the end of this video, do feel free to leave a comment down in the description suggesting some things that you would like to see me build and work on in this series. So, let's see. I think what we're going to first do is I suppose it couldn't hurt to work on some sort of kelp farm, because I've heard that dried kelp is actually pretty good of a food resource, so having an automated one wouldn't be that bad either. I probably could just use a daylight sensor. I think I have one of those around here actually, because I took them out of my last thing that I worked on with them. Otherwise, I could probably just make some of them if I have some quartz or something around here. Huh. Alright. I guess I need to go grab some of those. But, yeah, so I'm not quite sure on what kind of design we're going to be going for. I'm thinking something along the lines of a flying machine, maybe? Might be able to do that underwater. And maybe we'll have it get collected. Or, it's hard to say. Okay, so I'm back. And I did find out that I had some sticky pistons already, quite a few, and some pistons. And I had some dispensers, which might work well for some immovable blocks. But besides that, though, I've been thinking. I build a lot of stuff like this, but I really don't do any testing before I build this. I just go ahead and build, but I need to get an idea for what I want to build. I shouldn't just build anything. I need to build something that works really, really well. So, what I want to start doing is going ahead and going into a testing world and try to build what I want to build for my base. Get an idea of the theme of everything, and maybe I can give you a more in-depth view of what I'm trying to do. Maybe there's something that it'll help me more refine what I'm building and make it a bit more efficient. So I'm going to try to look into this more, get a better idea of how to make a kelp farm by testing out some stuff and figuring out what works and what doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead into a testing world. We'll come back here, and then from the testing world we'll figure out what kind of machine we need to build. And let me go ahead and look really quickly and see what kind of space I got to work with. I'm in my world. Let's set it's time to today so we can see better, but I'm going to be working on this kelp farm, so we need to get some water, obviously. So water, and we're going to need a little bit of blocks, so I'm not really sure what to use. Maybe some stone and maybe some sand just in case. Gonna need some kelp. And I don't know if bone meal works on kelp, but let's see. What else are we going to need? Well, we're going to need some redstone stuff, so some pistons. Probably just sticky pistons will work, and some observers. A little bit of redstone here. Some of this, and daylight sensor. Okay. What else should we need? What else should we get? Well, we're going to need some slime blocks, that's for sure. And they are right here. And then get something to activate this with. Let's go ahead and try and see what we can do here. So I think I'll just clear out a little bit of land here. So we're going to go about this big or so. Yeah, that should work. Just gotta wait for it to come back. Whoops. Okay. So, actually I need to go back. I need to go down a little bit more. So let's go about 5 blocks. Let's see if I can clear some entities. There we go. Now, I think, well, this is going to need to be water. So let's go ahead and just set this to water. Forgot about the ice. That's going to form. So let's see if we could just do maybe a layer above this. Let's do 50. Let's just set it to stone or something. That should keep any ice from forming, I would hope. And again, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put some lights around the edges just to keep the ice from forming. So let's just get some torches, some primitive lighting, but still efficient. And we don't need to worry about that for when we're building it around our base, because we're not in a snowy area. Though it wouldn't be bad if we work on something in a snowy area later on. That'd be a good idea. Alright, so that should keep any lighting issues that we have at bay. Now what we need to work on is going ahead and getting some kind of machinery here. So I'm thinking we're just going to be able to plant them kind of across like this. So let's leave a little bit of room, plant them. Let's see, how big is this going to be? Well, I can always extend the sides, so I'm thinking something like this. And then we'll go across here. I'm not going to really worry too much about filling this whole bit here. I just want to make sure we have enough to compensate for what we're going to build. So we need to go here too. Not there though. I think I only need to put the game tick speed up to 100 or something, and maybe that'll make this all grow quicker. Okay, I think we're pretty close. Okay, there. So we got it all the way around at the very least. And I guess let's try game rule. Let's see, what was the name of it? Random tick speed. Let's just set it to 100 right this second. Let's just go to 1,000 because that'll be a lot quicker. Get all this kelp grown. Alright, I think that's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, so now we got all the kelp up here. Let's go ahead and get to work on what's going to be harvesting them. So we're going to need to harvest about right here. Put a reference point. Something like that. So I need to get an immovable block because we're going to be using sticky pistons. So I would imagine something kind of like a obsidian, or maybe something from here, like a furnace. Furnaces work well, so let's just Let's do that. So I know of a two-way flying machine that obviously works pretty well, but I do need to think too about, well, how to do this. So I know a lot of times that these work, but I want to make sure that it's perfect for the job, because it might not work if we don't build this right. Okay, I think there's another kind of flying machine that I know about too. Let's see if I can just build it above ground really quickly and see if I can get an idea for what I'm trying to build. Really quickly. And let's go ahead and get it going in the other direction. So, I suppose I could just do a button like this. Just get it going back and forth. So we know that's pretty good. But what do we need to make this right here, when it goes to the wall, come back? Is there any way to automate that? And I think there is. I just never have done it before. I know of one way that does work, but that requires putting redstone in there, which may be a little difficult underwater. Alright, so we're back. And I actually have a perfect design. So here's how it works. We have our normal flying machine. We just connect a few sticky pistons here. And what happens is, this will not get powered until we get to the end over here, which it will connect to this block, thus powering this piston, activating this observer, making it go back the other way. So that is one way to do it. I'm sure there are other ways you could do it, but that's about the best way I could figure for the moment. Now, if you do have any other designs you know of, do let me know, but I think this one will work, and it's decent enough. It's decent enough. We should be able to extend maybe like a block or two around here, such that we'll be able to get our slime farm working just perfectly. So we could do something kind of like this, I suppose. Maybe we need to go over one here. And then we could do that. It should still work, I'm hoping. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and build this over here inside of this, and then we'll see if it works. So I'll be right back with you in just a second. I worked on the machine a bit, been doing some testing. As you can see, here are the results. This is a ton of kelp. Let's see how much this actually is. So, basically, all I need to do to collect it is just go in this boat. So I guess I'll have to block an area off, and we'll build around it. That'll keep it, minimize it from going everywhere. And besides that, though, it seems like it all worked decently. I think pretty well. Let's see how much we got. I think that's pretty well. I think that's pretty well. So, I hate to do this, but it's going to be a little laggy. We're going to let these grow real quick, and then we're going to set it back to 1. And then I'll let you see this in action. How does that sound? Okay, so I think that's good enough for us. So I'm going to let you see this in action. It's going to be laggy. That's just a warning. Okay, here, let me look up, because that'll save you from having as bad of lag. If I didn't have that in the way, I probably could look up normally. But yeah, there is always a lot of lag whenever you do something like that. But here, so let me go into /game mode spectator, and I'll let you see what's happening here. So we have this machine right here, a very simple flying machine. All it does is it basically has these extensions over here, which will break the kelp. And to activate it, all you do is you press this button right here. You just need a furnace over here and across these two. It does not hurt to have furnaces, because that'll keep the stuff from sticking to the walls, or you can use any other removable block or unstickable block, such as a lot of the, what you call those blocks that are newer and don't stick to stuff. Anyways, though, you're going to want to have one block over here, one furnace, to keep the sticky piston when it comes over here from sticking to this wall. But most importantly, here's the detecting system. So right here you have an observer, which goes into a piece of redstone and then into a repeater set to full ticks. And then you have a piston right here, just a regular piston, going into another observer, which thus powers the observer in the front here, making it go back, as I will demonstrate really quickly. As you can see, that activates it, goes all the way back, cleans up all of that, and now we can pick up all the stuff. So this should be quite a bit of kelp, because once it's fully grown, it means you'll get a lot of kelp. Now, I suppose one way you could do it is build this a little bit taller to get more kelp. I'm not sure the maximum height is. It was like 30, 45, or something like that. This is a decent amount of kelp. The longer you build this, the more you get, but if you build it too long, there could be some complications in the chunk loading and stuff. So you have the flying machine, and it won't load chunks and stuff because you're, well, I mean, it is a piston though. Don't pistons load chunks? Okay, I'm a little confused when it comes to that, but I just don't think you want to build it too long, because if it goes out of the chunks, that could be bad. But you could have like a hopper minecart or something push you along with it. Though with the lag that is created by this, it might be best to keep it within a certain amount of chunks so that it could stay within the chunks that you're loading, but you don't have to move around. And then you want to collect everything once it's done. So this is going to be your total. This is what, 64 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 13 stacks, I think. So almost 13 stacks, and that's not when it's full, but 13 times 64, however many that is. So what, that's let me think real quick. Okay, so wasn't that like 732, I think? Yeah, about 732 kelp or so. It's my quick estimate, but could be wrong because I did it quickly. But yeah, 732. So I think we're going to go ahead and build this in my survival world, because this seems to be a very good design. And then we'll do a little bit of mining, probably. Just do like a time, well, no, I'll speed it up so that it's quicker. So I'll be right back with you once we get over to the survival world. Then we'll plan where we're going to build this. I might have to actually fill it in. I'm not sure. Probably I'll just grab some dirt or something and we'll build a perimeter around it. And then we'll get the... I should have enough slime blocks and stuff because all this... The one I'm using right now takes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm assuming this is 5, 2, or maybe I put less, but I'll probably do 5 over here as well. So that's about 10 plus 4 here, so that's 14. So about 14 slime blocks, 2 sticky pistons, and 2 observers for this part. Then you have 2 observers here, 1 redstone dust, 1 redstone repeater, full ticks, all like I said before. Then you have a button. Then you have about 2, well, no, you need about 5 furnaces here, then plus 1, 6, and then plus 1 over here, so that's about 7. So you need about around 7 furnaces as your necessity furnaces and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and build this, so I'll be right back with you once I build it in my survivor world, actually. Okay. Whoops, I don't want you to see that. Okay, so I went ahead and made the thing, and it would seem... Why is that there? But it would seem that I'm done. It took a while, a lot of building, a lot of placing, and stuff like that, but I finally have our kelp farm, and it's pretty cool. Now before I run my first test, I wanted to show it to you, and then we'll run the test together. So here it is. What do you think? It's huge, isn't it? It took a long time to clear that out. But this will be our first test of the kelp farm, so let's see if it works. Might be a little laggy, but once it gets back here, then it'll be good. But yeah, I mean, they didn't get to maximum height, but that's a bit ridiculous to hope for right at the moment. I think it's good enough like it is. So once it's done cutting all the kelp, then it should come right back. So if any grow when it's coming back, it'll cut that too. But is it done yet? I'm thinking it's done, but hasn't come back yet. Let's make sure it's gonna come back. Might just be very glitchy. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab a boat real quick. I'll just go ahead and make one. Grab some wood from a tree over here. And make one. So let's just grab this tree. Because we want to work fast here. We're trying to go faster than it spawns. Okay. So let's go grab them. Hopefully they're still there because I've been moving really quickly. I would hope them to be there still. Okay, it looks like they are. Doesn't look like it returned though. I have to check the I have to check on my return policy. Boats are so much better than they used to be though. Just gonna say that. They used to just crash into everything, break. They were kind of useful, but they just weren't as useful as they are now. That's for sure. Oh, and by the way, this kind of doubles as a squid farm. Well, it doesn't kill the squid, but surely gets the squid. I'm gonna check that after we grab all this, because I don't want these to despawn. But I think it got hung somehow. Odd. You know, this is a lot of kelp, even if this is just a... Wow. Wow, okay. There's a lot of kelp here. So I'm going to try to get it as quickly as we can. We'll go down there and grab that other stuff. Alright, well, maybe I should go over there and do that. Might be a smarter idea to have this there. Plus I missed some of this too. Okay, let's see what's wrong here. My best guess is somehow this is stuck. Alright, so I went ahead and reviewed what was going on, and I think that it was some ghost blocks or some glitched blocks, not ghost blocks, that got stuck on the slime blocks, caused it to get stuck and not move, which that happens when you clear stuff out as quick as I did with, you know, the shovel and all that. Stuff tends to get stuck there. So I went ahead and fixed that. It's went around a few times, and there's a lot of kelp here. I also got a lot of dried kelp too from all my other runs. I'm going to go ahead and take this though, put it into the furnace, go ahead and cook it. And if I'm not mistaken, can't you make dried kelp blocks and use them in a furnace? I do want to check that out and see if it works. And then I'll explain some more stuff about the video, what we're going to be doing and stuff, because when I get to it, I do want to discuss that. But anyways, though, let's go ahead and put this kelp in there. I'm not going to worry about the kelp that was there because, well, let's be honest, there's too much kelp to worry about. But now, I think kelp is a lot quicker to eat. But, let's see, I should have a crafting table somewhere around here, don't I? Because I need to refuel this because it uses a lot of fuel. I mean, this thing probably uses more fuel than any other one that I've used before. So let's see, can I do what I want to do with this? Yeah, I can. It's a really good fuel source too. Oh, this is going to be great. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab what else, whatever we have in here. We're just going to refuel it with itself. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. We're going to have as much fuel as we need. This thing is going to be so efficient because that fuel is so easy to get. And it works really, really well. Oh, guys, I suggest you make a kelp farm. Because this... Who doesn't want to be able to do that? A food source, a fuel source. Looky here. Watch this. Come on. Come on. Blam. Looky there. Wow. Look at how well this is working. This is working so well. It's working swell. I'm gonna let that fuel source get out. Wow. This is a great fuel source and food source. Isn't that awesome? Look at how cool that is. Look how much we're getting. That is just taking all the kelp. We're going to have so much kelp for resources, for everything. So our furnace, our freaking super furnace, we're going to have more than enough fuel for it. It's going to be so easy to get. So we're going to be working on some larger projects now since we have some of the basic necessities for resources. This is going to make things so much easier. I can't wait to see what kind of projects that I plan to work on later. But yeah, let's get all this kelp. Just go ahead and check out any of my videos I've made before because I have a lot of them. There is playlists if you are interested in just specific kinds of videos, which is the whole reason I made playlists. So you'll be able to see either playthroughs of different games or just different games in general, like multiplayer games or zombie games and stuff like that. So you can see a whole playlist, even stuff like Minecraft too. So it includes all of the stuff, the NCS, Minecraft, all of that is in its own respective playlists. Feel free to check them out, and let me know what you think of the videos that you check out, any suggestions on them. I highly appreciate suggestions, feedback, and all of that. So don't feel afraid to give any of that. I don't care if it's negative or positive, so as long as the feedback is given and reason is given. So please provide a little bit of something I can work with. Like, don't just say I don't care about the video. Say I don't really care about these kinds of videos because of this and that. Just be a little specific on what the issue is. You don't have to go into great details if you don't want to, but the more details, the better for me to improve on whatever aspects you aren't enjoying. So just let me know what you would like to see me do, if there's anything that interests you that you would like to see this channel take on or tackle. But besides that, though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.